We had a guest on. The guest said one of the things that you need nowadays is, what you really need is the love from the streets. You just need the streets behind you.
And that's definitely has truth behind it, because every rapper needs the streets. That doesn't mean the gangs. It doesn't mean. It needs the people.
The people.
It needs the people. So when I consider the streets, I consider that the people. So whoever said that is definitely not wrong, because you do need the streets behind you. But you can get the streets behind you even though you're not a killer, even though you didn't serve 10 years in prison, even though you didn't get shot 4 times. Like, you can still have the streets because the streets are your people.
Yeah, so focused on what I got going on, I ain't got no time, baby. I'm sorry. I ain't never had a silver spoon. Granny house on the couch in the living room. If you living what you
Welcome to the Forever Up podcast, season number 2, episode number 3. Our guest today, let's go ahead and put it together and clap it up for High Tone Valenzuela.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Bro, I'm doing really good. Thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate
Season
it, bro.
Season 2, huh?
Season 2, man.
Ain't that an accomplishment, bro?
Well, thank you. Yeah. I remember the first couple times I interviewed you, and the first time I had you, none of this was here. We didn't have an establishment. We didn't have this. No producers, no nothing. Just microphone, and that was it. No video, man. Now we have video. It's a game changer, bro.
Baby steps. You know what I'm saying? Progression.
Like you, progressing in a lot of different markets and a lot of different industries.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and get into that a little bit.
100%.
But straight from Covina, California. We were just talking about that off air. There's a big difference with West Covina and Covina. What are the differences, bro? Can you get into that a little bit?
I mean, first off, Covina doesn't have a hood.
Okay.
It's surrounded by all the hoods. It has its own police department, owned, school district. So it's just a whole different city, even though it has the same name.
Right.
When I say I'm from Covina, that's where I'm from, because if I say West Covina. But it's weird because the world knows West Covina more than Covina. You know what I'm saying?
I know West Covina for
it's
sure.
It's right off the freeway. The malls there. There's a few, different things that represent or give you that idea of what Covina and West Covina is, though. But yeah, I'm born and raised in Covina, 626 SGV, baby.
Hey, man, so when you were only down to 10 and you see the crazy horse, like, used to be the crazy
horse.
Is that West Covina or is that Covina?
Nah, that's West Covina, bro.
You remember the crazy horse?
Bro, that was everything. It was crazy. There were so many businesses that fell apart and couldn't make it there, but they were smart now because you know what they put there.
Okay, so I just passed by maybe a few months ago, and I was tripping out with my girl. I'm like, yo, this used to be a crazy horse. Like,
bro,
how long has it been since I've been here?
Now.
It's a Portos, that's right.
And that will not fail.
No,
that ain't gonna fail.
There's lines outside around the corner.
That ain't gonna fail. Go try to get anything there. You're waiting 45 minutes.
That's a great location for a Portos, though. Anything else just didn't work for some reason. It's just, I think they even tried a Starbucks at some point.
And if that don't work, then you know it's bad.
Yeah, for real, though,
you know
man.
what I'm saying?
So let's talk about how many businesses do you have? You are an entrepreneur, you know what I mean? So how many entrepreneurships are you into?
I mean, that's a good question because I've failed at some. And I don't have those anymore.
Can we talk about those?
We can talk about all that. So I've opened up a barbershop. It just didn't work out. Okay. I don't know if it's because I'm not a barber and it's hard to have a business and not be involved and not know what's going on in there. But that didn't fail. We sold it. Cool. Wipe my hands and it's a learning. It's a learning experience. It's not a failure. So that I got the Gold Michi Company, which is a Michelada cup.
Yes. You should have brought some, man.
I know, bro. We're in a bar too. So. It's I just joined entered the cannabis industry. I've been in the clothing, and fashion business for a long time. I got a tattoo studio. Yes. Obviously my music. There's a whole lot, bro, going on. You know what I'm saying? And I've just learned over the years that if you don't try it, you'll never know. It's been something that's been instilled within even from your teachers as a young kid. Try it. You'll never know if you don't do it. Your mom, mijo, you'll never know. Try it. And that's my whole entire motto, bro, is try it. Because if I don't do it, then I'd never know,
That's true, man. I learned that from my dad. He says there's a saying in Spanish. He was like, "Echando perder se enseña uno." Like, letting something go to waste, like, is a way to kind of learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like spoiling something is a way to learn. Like if you put too much salt in the soup, like damn,
Yeah.
too much salt in the soup. You know what I mean? That's not enough salt next time, or whatever the case might be. You know what I mean? So, and it's a good thing though. I've noticed that with a lot of the things that you're passionate about, that they're very super successful. I'm not saying that alcohol is a passion of yours. You know, I'm not calling you an alcoholic and shit. You know, but your music and your tattooing. You've been tattooing longer than you've been doing music, right?
Opposite.
Okay, so music longer than you've been tattooing.
Yeah. I got into tatting simply because after a deal kind of went sour at Warner Brothers right out of high school.
Oh man.
And they shelved my album. I was really young, you know what I'm saying? And music was different back in those days. But to be honest, I was left with I wasn't making money. I didn't have a label to pay, you know, for the little things, the cars or whatever your budget was at that time. And luckily I had family in the business, and I just started learning how to tat. I took 3 years off of music, and I go, hey, if I don't start making money, then I could never be an independent artist. Because at that time, the only way to make music was to be signed or to have some sort of dope money behind you.
There was no inspiration behind like you starting your own something and making your own stream of revenue, your own revenue stream. It was having to depend on the record label to kind of fund your projects and stuff.
I mean, you're talking 15 years ago. How much has the music industry changed? Yeah. These kids nowadays will never understand that. You had to press up vinyl. You had to press up hard copies of CDs. You had to stand on corners, walk the malls, go to gas stations. You had to physically touch somebody and say, hey, here's an album. Give it the first 30 seconds. If you don't like it, throw it out the window. That was my whole entire thing. I would press up 5,000 albums per project, and everywhere I went, I would have them in my car.
Do you have a place where you were very successful doing that, or in other places where you weren't so successful by pushing your CDs on the streets?
Well, I never had to push them. I gave them for free. So I was never a homie that sat there and go, hey, give me $5, because why am I going to spend $5 on someone I don't know? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather give $5 to a struggling mom on the corner with some flowers than some young rapper that wants to be a rapper and, oh, let me listen to it. So I said, hey, I'm going to take the L and make the albums and spend the money and give them away for free. And I did that 10 albums in a row.
Damn.
So that's 5 times, you know what I'm saying? That's 5,000 copies, 10 albums in a row. That's how many free things I gave the world. And that's how I built the fans.
And that's all through your tattooing, like funding your music through your like tattooing and stuff
exactly.
Like that. How many hours did you put in, though? Like how many hours of sleep did you get? Like the process of all that, like for an up and coming artist that doesn't understand what it was like back in the day, you know what I mean? And you feel like they have it easier now. You know, what's something like that's changed in the game that's just made so much easier besides like social media?
Not having to really depend on somebody to put your music out, because it all depends on you now. You know, I don't think I'll ever be able to explain what it took 10 years ago to really drop a project than what it is now. Nobody's gonna understand that besides dudes like Nip and RIP, like dudes that really started there. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like we walked the tattoo conventions, bro, and just put albums on every single booth.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's how it was.
That's how you had to do it.
Like even like promoters nowadays, like how often do you see the hard flyers?
No, you don't.
Because it's Instagram. You make a digital flyer, you have 5 cool people post it, and then it brings the crowd.
That's it. Yeah. How much does it cost to have 5 cool people post it? Have you done that on social media?
I think it really depends on you. If people, you know what I'm saying, fuck with you and they really like you, then they're gonna do it on GP. They're gonna just do it because they fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then also you might get someone that don't have a high engagement or just coming up, and if you ask some dude with 300,000 followers to post or bring him down here, it's gonna cost you.
It's gonna cost you. Hell
you know, whatever his worth is. You know.
Yeah, man. Back to your tattooing. What was your first tattoo lesson? Like, do you remember your first tattoo lesson and your first the first time you ever grabbed the machine?
Yeah, bro. it's not like what everybody thinks, where they say, hey bro, here's the machine, and you have a teacher and he sits you down and goes, okay, you see that line? Like,
yeah, I thought it was.
yeah, I mean, because most people don't know.
Yeah, no tattoos.
But what you really,
yeah,
we'll get into that too.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
But it's really just soaking up game. Mm-hmm. It's being in a shop, watching what they're doing, learning the business, the prices, the sterilizations, the professionalism. You start from the bottom. You start by cleaning piss off the floor with fools that are drinking and drunk and getting tatted, to then learning how to tat. It's not what everybody thinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start from the bottom, and that's how I started. But I remember doing my first tat in my living room,
right,
on a homie, and that shit was scary, bro.
In the living room, like, was it in Covina?
In my apartment in Covina.
Damn, man. And what was the scariest part? Well, like,
just knowing, bro, you can't go back, bro. Like, if we mess up right here, we could rewind. We can do whatever we want with it. We can edit it, chop it, whatever. This is on him forever. It ain't like makeup. It ain't like hair. It ain't like, the reason why tattoo artists are getting paid 6 figures right now is because it's a very big job. It's the only thing you get to take with you in the casket, to be honest.
Damn, that's it. I really think about it. That's it. It stays with you permanently.
It's not no Gucci bag, or, you know, it's nothing. It's not a Rolex. Like, this is on you. So when you pay 2 racks for a tat, you start thinking about that. Because I see this shit all the time. Girls come in with Chanel heels and Balenciaga bags, or homies come in with big Cuban links on it. They want a deal on a tat. And I'm like, bro, you didn't walk into the jewelry store.
Asking, let me get 50% off that Chanel, dog.
Homie, they're going to laugh at you. But you want to come into a tat shop and get a deal?
Shoot, man, respect the artists, man. And that's so true. I think that falls for, like, a lot of different people in different professions. You also being an artist, you know, you value yourself as an artist. You deserve what you get paid, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of people on shit like, come on, man, I know you, bro. How long we don't know each other, bro? Let me get it for on the low, dog. And then they're going to make all of this. That's not how it works, man. You got to give them the respect, bro. You know what I mean? And you get what you pay for. You know what I mean? It's with
anything, right?
Yeah, with anything, bro.
You want a microphone, you know, a good mic or a bad mic. And if you get the good mic, it's going to give you more quality.
Yeah.
If you get the bad mic, you're going to hear some different shit in it you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
It's anything, bro.
It's with anything. And how long has it been that you've been tattooing?
I started in 2010. So what's that, 12 years?
22 years? 12, well, no, 22, well, 12 years, yeah.
Yeah,
12
12.
Years. It's like 22 years. 12 years, 2022.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, 12 years. To be successful at anything, I think, what is it, 10,000 hours?
I believe so. That's what the book says, right?
Yeah, outliers. You feel like you put in more than your 10,000 hours? I would assume so.
I assume so, but at the end of I don't care if it's every day's a learning experience, bro. I go into tatting right now, like I got an appointment after this show, and you never know what you're gonna come across, bro. What kind of skin, every day is something new, bro.
It's cool because I saw one of your posts the other day, and I think this guy came in and he had his daughters write their name or their signature on a piece of paper, bro. Right? And he wanted that, and you said something in the description about it doesn't always have to be an extravagant tattoo. Sometimes the smallest ones are the ones that mean the most, or the most simplest ones. I thought that was really cool, man. I'm very creative, and it wasn't super extravagant. It's just their daughters.
Well, yeah, because when you look at big artists nowadays, like, they won't even take on a small name. It's just not worth their time. You know what I'm saying? They're getting paid $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a day. Like, so for them to take on a dad who comes in and wants their kid's name on him, it's most likely that it's not going to happen.
Right. It's
going to get pushed off to the new guy, because the new guy ain't making that much money. But I started from nowhere, bro, and I'm never gonna. I don't ever want to be that guy where you say I can't get that because it's too little. I'm gonna dedicate a few days a month to take care of the little things, and make those small tats important as well. You know?
Yeah, that's what I like about you, bro. You'll take on a lot of those little things and stuff, and then people appreciate that, and I think that's also what creates, like, longevity with customers. Like, they're gonna want to come back. You know what I mean? For music, though, the first time I met you, you had just released No Zanny.
Yeah.
I like the promo for it. It was cool. You had the little
pill
container,
bottle,
the pill bottle. Shit was cool. Dog. I was like, all right, nobody doing this shit out here, man. I then saw you again at the I think it was the Roxy.
Yeah,
shout out to
I
Melissa.
remember.
Melissa, I think, had brought us out that day, and I still have my shirt. I didn't bring it because it's in my mom's house, but I had the your wax on wax
Oh,
off
the
shit.
Mr.
The Mr.
Miyagi,
Miyagi.
yeah.
Ooh, shit, that's a dope song too. And I wanted to talk to you about a particular song, "The Voice."
Okay.
I love that song, man. I think it's a really hard hitting song. It's a very well thought out song. What inspired that song, and what inspired you to write it?
I mean, to be honest, after I dropped NXN2, NXN1, I had a meeting with No ID. I don't know if anybody out there knows who No ID is, but he's a legend, bro. Not only is he a producer, but he's an executive. And they loved my album. We went into Priority and the Capitol building, and
Right.
we sat down, and we were gonna do a deal, and the deal never happened. Won't really get into why it didn't happen, but the deal didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some animosity in me at that time. There was I was going through something inside where I felt like nobody understood my worth. Nobody understood who I was, where I came from, understood my skin color, understood that I was a tatted Mexican that wasn't from a hood. There was a lot of things in me that I felt people didn't understand.
Right.
And The Voice to me was just letting that out, because that's what art is. It wasn't geared towards anything or anybody. It was just how I felt. And that's what music is really about.
Yeah.
And people take that too far. You know what I'm saying? Because we're artists.
Yes.
Some days we feel rich, some days we feel poor. Some days we feel like we big dogs, some days we feel like we're nobody. And if you can't express that in your music, then what the fuck is music?
For real. You can't talk about something that people can identify with, or like you said, sometimes you feel broke, you feel poor, you feel rich, you feel poor, whatever. But those are just experiences. You remember you weren't always rich, dog. Like you said, you put a lot of this money from tattooing into your music and shit. And I'm sure a lot of the times that shit left you broke. You know what I mean? A lot of the times you probably was out there trying to get the 2 for $5 and shit at
yeah.
somewhere, dog. You know what I mean? Because motherfucking times were hard, bro. But with the song "The Voice," what came first, the lyrics or the beat? Because the beat's tough, man.
Yeah, Stills did that.
Shout out to Steels.
How was that? I think Stills knew what I was feeling, and we literally went into the studio, and he was like, "Bro, you need something mean. You need something that's just gonna just instantly make you go off." And I think it was just a joint collaboration on that. I think we wrote it and produced it all in that same day.
Fuck.
In West Covina at my tattoo studio, where I had my studio at one point.
You're like, yo, man, I gotta get this off my chest. Meet me at the studio in 2 minutes. Shit, I'm there, dog. What's up? All right, cool. And the beat's tough, man. I loved it. I like what it said. Moving forward now with your music, though, do you feel like is there anything that you want to like talk about in the sense of like how the world is moving right now? Because there's just so much negative shit, so much cheeseman, so much bullshit going on that I feel like there really isn't a lot of artists touching on what's going on.
I mean, I'm always going to be vulnerable. I'm always going to express how I feel. And I think in these last couple projects, I have touched on things like that. I don't know it all. I just say what I feel, bro. And if it hurts your feelings, it hurts your feelings. If it doesn't, so be it. But the world is bullshit right now, bro, to be honest. It's fake as fuck.
And to have no Zanny in the fucked up world is kind of fucked up too. I'm saying that because like sometimes I guess you feel like you need something to deal with the shit. Some people drink, some people smoke weed, some people in this case take Xannies and shit. You know what I mean?
Well,
to each their own.
Yeah,
but
the
not
No
necessarily.
Xanax Needed movement wasn't like talking down on people that are subscribed and need Xanax.
Right.
It was, did I want to go from cocaine and drug use and alcohol use and all this dark side of me, and now straight to another drug that I would get addicted to eventually? Or did I want to figure out how to beat this feeling without a doctor saying, oh, this will fix you. It's your Band-Aid.
Yeah.
So it was just, that's what no Xanax was needed, was for me. It wasn't for nobody else. Yes, it was inspiring for other people because they went and go, man, I really don't need a Xanax to get through my depression or my anxiety or whatever I got going on. I could find it through.
That was a replacement.
That was it.
That was a replacement. I loved it, man. Umbrella, great song. Like I say, you're very vulnerable. When you're in the studio and when you went in for No Xanny 2, what was the mindset? A lot of vulnerability was. I don't like to bring up old stuff like this, but because I can relate to this and I can identify. But was this during the time where you lost your pets, your pet?
Well, COVID.
Lost
my pets. Even though people would probably sit back and be like, he lost his bro.
No, bro. Se siente por nada, my condolences.
Yeah, anybody that has a dog or a cat or whatever it is, been you with over a decade and you have no children, bro, and they're your kids, you feel me?
No, for sure.
So that did leave me in my girl in a dark place, my whole family, because they were our kids. And I just felt the world was going through a dark time. I felt like people were going backwards. Nobody knew how to get out of this. People were losing businesses. I mean, losing their houses, their cars. I mean, they were being addicted to things because they were forced and confined in a place. So now I'm gonna drink every day. I'm gonna smoke more. I'm gonna do something to get my mind off this.
To deal with it, right?
So that's where No Xanax Needed 2 came from. And I felt, fuck, like NXN1 was so good. How am I gonna do number 2? Because a number 2 is always very scary. Whether it's Karate Kid 1 to Karate Kid 2, you know, whatever it is, everyone always goes, it wasn't as good as number 1 because they have something to compare it to. But if you say, fuck NXN1, let's listen to this as just,
no bias.
It's a new project. You're going to love the work, you know?
Right.
But.
Yeah, you're right about that, dude. No Xanny Needed 1 is definitely something that people are going to use to compare because it's a 1 to the 2. When you compare it, who's not going to? It's human nature. You know what I mean? I liked it though, and I think it had a lot of reflection to do with what you were going with, and thank you for that, dog. Because that shit is it's very brave. Not a lot of people put their emotions out there. You know, not a lot of people really put what they go through and how to deal with their shit. You know, and shout out to Steels too, man. I think Steels did an amazing job with a lot of the work on it and stuff. And explain your relationship with Steels, man. How's that going? That's got to be homie for life right there, right?
Yeah, it's not even a homie, it's a brother.
That's brother.
You know, we've gone through things outside of music that nobody would probably ever know, you know? I've been there for him at some of his darkest times, and he's been there for me at some of mine. And I think when you experience that with a homie, it stops becoming rapper producer. I think it starts becoming brother and brother, you know? And I think that's where a lot of people fuck up in the music industry, because it's solely built off of business, not off of love.
Right.
And when you actually break down what music is, it is love, because it's what you're doing. It's you're sharing this piece of you to the world. So there's so many things, you know, business wise, that could have broke us apart and separated us and become enemies and hate each other. But you sit back and go, bro, it ain't even worth it, bro.
Right.
Me outside of this studio is way more important than what it is inside. And that's how I could explain my love for him, you know?
That's dope,
Proud
man.
of him.
And that's cool. That's a cool relationship to have. Music industry definitely separates people sometimes. There's always that, you know, person in the group maybe that always wants to be bigger than the other person. And, you know, but when you go in with a mind of teamwork, you know, and everybody kind of learns their role and stuff, you know, I think everything kind of works out. You know,
and I think you just gotta trust that person, you know, because
That's
if
facts.
you're blowing up, if you go into this together and someone starts to get more shine than you, if you don't trust that person and really truly believe that they are who they are, say they are, then you're always going to have some sort of underlining resentment and problem with him, because you're always going to go, what if he leaves me? What if he never does this for me again? It's supposed to be me. It's me. But if you sit back and go, bro, I already know that if this dude becomes the next Khaled, then I should believe that he's gonna bring me along. And if I become the next J. Cole, then he should believe that I'm gonna bring him along. And if you have that understanding and love, then you shouldn't have a problem.
Love, understanding, and trust, man. That's really what it comes down to in this industry. Which brings me to another thing. Congratulations, he just got married.
Yeah,
man, that's dope.
It's a year. Halloween is a year.
Oh, well, in a few days from whenever this airs. But yeah, dude, congratulations.
Thank you.
Love, trust is something definitely that's needed. My question is, how hard is it in this industry to really find someone to hold you down? Because it seems like you and your girl have a fucking amazing relationship, dog. My girl loves you guys. Like she watches you, and she's a big fan of Steph Lova. So shout out to Steph Lova.
Yeah.
And then she watches you guys all the time. She likes watching her, and just your relationship is just so funny. Like from you guys fucking pantsing each other and stuff like. I was like, what que están haciendo, bro? Like, what's going on, dude? How hard is it to find somebody, bro, and to really stay with somebody in this industry? Like, what are some of the obstacles you kind of had to overcome?
I personally think I got lucky because back when we met each other, the world wasn't the way it was today. You know, I think if at this time, if you're single, if you're a musician, if you're an entertainer, if you're in the industry, I feel it's very hard. Simply because people only end up loving you and fucking with you because of who you are, not who you were. So if I met you when I was dead broke and tattooing in my kitchen and living room, and you've been with me since, you can't buy that.
Nah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So I would be afraid, bro, to try to look for that type of love. I know it exists, but it's a scary thing, bro, because social media just fucked up everything, bro.
It makes everybody so toxic. And I give my girl shit for this sometimes. Like, I love you, babe, but damn, sometimes, like, she'll sit there and then she'll send me, like some toxic posts, you know what I mean? I'm like, what are you trying to tell me with this shit, man? Like, I ain't doing this. Or, you know, like, what are you trying to, you know, it's
or
crazy.
You can get sent something really good and be like, I wish it was more like this. Like, it's always a comparison.
Yeah, I mean, I've got myself doing it too, though. Like, I'll send her some shit. Hey, I'm feeling lonesome and shit. This is how I feel because I'm a man and shit. You know, and I think social media definitely conditions you to think certain ways sometimes, which is why I disconnect. How much social media do you consume throughout the day because of the industry that you're in? Do you find yourself disassociating away from social media from time to time?
I mean, I typically start my day off. I wake up, I pray, I say thank you. That's the number one thing I do every single day of my life. Second off, I kind of scroll through the gram. Did I miss anything? You know, it's very important because especially when you run business. So scroll through it, start my day off, bro, hit the gym, whatever, go to work. During the day, I can't really get on social media because I'm so active. I'm tattooing. I'm tattooing someone for life. So I kind of typically just use it in the morning and when I go home at night for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it is important, but it ain't your whole life.
No, you're right. You run into people like in your groups, you know, like me, for example, like, you know, I know if you have an iPhone, you get a report of how much screen time and shit, you know. My shit gradually goes down every now and then and shit. It's never really high, and you know what I mean, 3 hours or some shit, and I think on the total or whatever. And there's other people who just live like this though, bro. I mean, they live like this, bro. They're driving and they're like this, and I'd be like, damn. It's
scary, bro.
That shit is scary, dude.
It's fucking scary, dog. Because I always say this, bro. The one way that they could control us, shut off the Wi-Fi for 3 days. See what happens to you.
Shut off the Wi-Fi for 3 days and see what happens.
Just see if you can't go on Netflix. You can't go on IG. You can't see what happens to the world.
Ah, man. Some people would go crazy.
It would. The whole world would be fucked.
I mean, I like to think that I'm pretty mentally strong to say I can go without internet for like, 3 days and shit. I could live on an island with nothing for $1 million. Hell yeah, put me on that shit. But then I have a feeling like I'm so conditioned to, to having it, and, from chat rooms to fucking, to now social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok and whatnot. It's just like you need to be on it, because you find like yourself connecting with different people around the world, and not a lot of the times though it's chisme too though, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm not a chisme kind of person.
But you fall into it because it's in front of your face
all day, and then this industry's full of that shit too, man. So what do you think will happen though if you knock your shit out for 3 days? Like, would you be able to survive? Or
I think naturally we'll all be able to survive, but I think the whole world would be in a frenzy. I think it would just be what do you do at home without Wi-Fi? How do you watch TV?
You're right. How do you watch TV? How do you get on the computer?
How do you do anything?
Anything.
So when all these conspiracy
you could
theorists
play Xbox and PlayStation without having you don't got to play online.
Yeah.
You could play the campaign mode and shit. You play story mode.
Right. You're absolutely right.
But how far is that shit gonna take you? Sometimes you want to talk shit to somebody.
Because I beat campaign mode in like a day, bro.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm in there. You give me Grand Theft Auto, I'll probably pass Grand Theft Auto in like 3 days and shit, like up all night, bro. What's the best thing you can do, like the first thing to start off if you're an up and coming artist now that that's available to you?
Well, I mean, as far as what, releasing a project,
as far as
or
putting
what?
your project together and getting that shit out, and like start. You just want to fucking be popping.
How do you get popping? You're a 16-year-old kid that wants to be a hot rapper.
Yeah, there you go. Freshman, you want to fuck high school. I ain't even trying to graduate and shit, but most of the people need to graduate.
I mean, you gotta find your target market. Like, who are you going to relate to, bro? I always say, bro, if you be yourself, it works way more in the end than it does for somebody trying to fake the funk from the start, bro. You have to be yourself. You have to find out who you are, where you came from, who you relate to, and release music that's gonna grab people. Because, you know what I'm saying? Everybody could lie on a track, bro.
Yeah.
But if you're in this high school and you figure out who feels the same way as you, I guarantee that project's gonna be way hotter than if you just drop some Lil Uzi stuff.
Yeah, that's really true.
But you don't know that at 16.
You don't.
You just look at the internet and go, what's hot? How do I dress? What do I wear?
Though? Like, I don't even think it's just people who are 16 though, high tone. I think it's also people who are like in their 20s, bro. And I think that they still have that mindset too. You know what I mean? Like, they need to figure that shit out too.
Bro. Everyone wants to be somebody else because they're afraid to be who they are. Because music has put this box around people. If you're not hard, if you're not a gangster, if you're not from a hood, then you're probably not gonna pop, because that's what rap music is.
Is there a way to get love from the streets without having to be super street in the sense?
Guaranteed, 100%.
Because I know we had a guest on. The guest said one of the things that you need nowadays is, what you really need is the love from the streets. You just need the streets behind you.
And that's definitely has truth behind it, because every rapper needs the streets. That doesn't mean the gangs. It doesn't mean. It needs the people.
The people.
It needs the people. So when I consider the streets, I consider that the people. So whoever said that is definitely not wrong, because you do need the streets behind you. But you can get the streets behind you even though you're not a killer, even though you didn't serve 10 years in prison, even though you didn't get shot 4 times. Like, you can still have the streets, because the streets are your people.
And there's a lot of people who can identify with that. Like, I grew up in the hood, but I'm not part of a gang. I'm not none of that shit. You feel me? And there ain't nothing wrong with it. You feel me? But at the same time, like, there's a lot of people out there who are like me, who grew up the same and identifying shit, which is why, we started this podcast. You know what I mean? We're trying to help people out in the sense of, like, if you can't coming from a community like mine, like South Central Watts or whatever, and you trying to get out, man, like there's a way out if you really believe in yourself, which is why you're here, man. You're a true example and a living legend and a living person and a real person, in the sense that, like, you're yourself. You're not afraid to be yourself. Everything has been independently done by you. and you're just a great example for the people, and I think we need more of that, bro. And just thank you for that shit.
Yeah,
though, for real.
That
like,
means a lot to me, bro.
Because there's not a lot of people who don't like to share their secrets. Sometimes in the Latino community or Latino culture, you know, we never want another Latino to one up us. Like, oh fuck, no, I don't think we should have high toe on. He has a check mark on his fucking Instagram. We know if I don't have one, he can't be on. You know, like no, it can't be like that, man. We definitely got to show the love, man. I wanna talk about your once again your the married life and stuff. How did you know she was the one, dog? Like, when did you say fuck it? Like, this is how long before you dated her? Did you actually pop the question? Because you were with her for a while. I think the last time I saw you together was a few years ago at a Lil G concert at the Music Box in Hollywood and shit.
Oh, yeah.
That was the last time I saw you and her together and shit. And y'all were still dating. Y'all weren't married yet, so.
I mean, I fucked that up, many years because I knew she was the one from the gate. And she wanted kids in marriage the first 3-4 years in the relationship. Oof.
Yeah.
But I put a lot of things before her. I put my career, I put my love for music, I put my dreams, I put so many things in front of that. And that built up resentment. It built up a lot of bullshit because of my fuck up. And at the time I didn't know it was wrong because I already feel married. I already know she's the one. What is a paper? What is a ring? Or what is a reception? Or what does a marriage got to do with this? Like, that's
Guilty.
What a man thinks.
Yeah.
Because we didn't just grow up wanting this fairy tale Cinderella story or this marriage. Like, men and women think different.
Right.
Most of the time. Mm-hmm. And so to answer your question, bro, I knew from the gate. I just took way too long to pop the question and make it official because I was selfish in a sense,
I'm asking for myself, dog, because like I've been with my girl for a long time and shit, and being in this industry, there's a lot of things that you put in front of your relationship, to kind of make this work and stuff, to stabilize yourself and whatnot. And you get to a point like, oh man, I've been with her for so long. I know she's the one, I knew she was the one when I started talking to her. You feel me? And now I feel like, damn, dog, now you're gonna make me go buy a ring after this shit.
Hey, honestly, bro.
Which ain't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, bro. It really isn't. It's just one of those things that you realize and you don't want to admit your mistake. You know what I mean? So that's just me being a man, admitting my mistake and knowing I should hurry the fuck up and pop the question. You know what I mean? So
I feel like there's a certain time that you give them what they deserve. They've been your ride or die. They've been with you. They when you were broke, when you were nothing, when you are something, when you whatever it is, like, how come they don't deserve a few things they want?
Right.
How come? Like, you're literally, their dreams are in your hand. So if we have the opportunity to give them their dream, and they deserve that dream,
then why not?
It would be like a record label holding you, hey bro, you can be Kendrick Lamar tomorrow, but I'm gonna play with you for 10 years. And make you do this it's fucked up to think that way. Really, you know what I'm saying?
It's selfish. You know what I mean? You have a new love though. A love for paintball. I've been told.
Yeah, bro. I thought you were talking about my new dog, Benny Blanco.
We'll talk about your new dog. Yeah, we could talk about that because
paintball.
Paintball is there's. Do you have a team or is it just you?
No, I have an entire organization and a company. We didn't talk about that, but I have a kids team I coach.
Congratulations.
And that our franchise is called LA Vibe Paintball.
Oh shit, that's dope.
And we have a kids team, we have a D4 team, and then I play on the D3 team. So in paintball, there's D5, 4, 3, 2, semi-pro, and pro. So there's 6 divisions in paintball.
Oh shit.
So I'm super involved in it, bro. I feel I just got back to my roots, and I played it as a kid, and I felt like I needed something outside of the stress and the bullshit. Like, what could get me out here and just make me feel like a kid again? And it was paintball, believe it or not.
Oh, that's sick, man. I know Cypress Hill, or Be Real, Stoned Assassins. Would you ever do like a game against them or something?
I mean,
it'd be kind of cool.
I've been wanting to talk to him about something like that because he was so... When I go to the field, that's what everyone always compares me with. Bro, you're like what Be Real did back in the day for paintball now, because there's really nobody doing music and really voicing it and getting people to try it.
Yeah, he's been doing it for years too, man.
Bro, when I was a kid, he was doing it.
Wow.
But Stone's Assassins just got a new team. I don't know if he's involved in it, but I seen him on the field. And it's something I really want to chop it up with him about, bro, because I think we can do something for the community.
That'd be great.
And something dope, different, you know?
And I love it because it's like, it's Latinos too, bro. You feel me? Like, we need to see a lot of more of that Latino, you know, business shit going on, bro. Your perrito, though. Let's talk about your perrito. What kind of perro you got? What kind of dog you got?
He's a Maltipoo. He's half poodle, half Maltese. Bro, my girl was depressed, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking dark days. You know, you lost 2 of your best friends in the same year. The house is alone. It's empty. And I woke up one day. I'm like, bro, she can't be depressed no more. What could change this? And I just randomly, I woke up one day and bought a dog.
Yeah. And that's just the way it is sometimes.
And it doesn't replace them.
No.
But it brings love back to the house.
And it brings that little feeling of love, that little sense of companionship, you know, but it doesn't replace the companion you had.
No,
you know,
ever. Nothing could replace that.
You still love the dog the same, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me tell you something about Maltese poodles. They're very smart.
Oh, I know.
They're very. We had a Maltese, a Maltipoo, and then just recently, about a few months ago, my boxer passed away, and she passed away at 12 years old. Her name was Brownie. They were together all the time. And thank you. My Maltese poodle, though, they worked in teams, bro. When they were at my parents' house, they lived there. I trained both dogs and whatnot. When my sister trained the Maltese, I trained the boxer, and they were like They were like partners, bro. My boxer would open the door, but the little one would ask her to open the door, like, "Hey, it's time to go outside and bark and shit." Boom, opens the door, and they run out and they do. And it's crazy how they work, man.
No, this dog is smart, bro.
They're very smart. You should teach it not to get into the shoes real soon. But they'll get it eventually. You can walk it without a leash.
Really?
We used to walk our dog without a leash all the time, and it was like instantly come back, no fighting, no nothing. Just,
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I got it. That's my next step.
If you do, what helped us, I think, was we spayed her.
I need to do that,
Yeah, we spayed her only, and that really helped her to calm down a lot, and she was just more obedient that way.
Yeah, because this guy is, bro.
So now I'm looking for another dog, man. Only because my parents are left without one. They were with my dog Brownie for a while, moved out, whatever. And my dog stayed, and you know, indoor dog. She was inside all the time, fucking spoiled. But now I don't know what to do with my parents because they're alone now, bro. It's just them, and you know, there's no dog, and that's what they were used to. So
if you're a dog person or family, bro, and that dog ain't there no more, you have to have it, bro.
You have to have it, right?
People on the show probably like, they're talking about dogs.
They're
like,
talking
hell
about
yeah, we're talking
love
about dogs.
man. Do you have a favorite breed?
I think Pit Bull's gonna forever be my favorite breed.
Okay.
It's just a lot of responsibility, bro. I had him for 12 years. I mean, you gotta be on your P's and Q's, bro, like to own a pit, like for real. You know, because they're very, not to say dangerous, but they're very strong.
Yeah.
So if, you know, that's why they get talked about so negatively, is because a Chihuahua can bite your ankle, but if a pit does, he's just naturally stronger.
He's a monster,
you know, so he just can do more damage with one more bite.
For sure.
Doesn't mean he's more mean or this or that. It's just the responsibility is just way higher. Right. And I think when we lost our 2 pits, I just was like, let me try something new, bro. Something that I can be a little less on my seat with. Like, if another dog came around, like, it ain't gonna kill it. It might get in a fight, but it ain't gonna die. You know, take it to the park and people just not gonna look at you. It just a lot of different things come with having a pit bull, especially when you look like I look like, you know what I'm saying?
Fucking pelon with fucking tattoos and all that big stuff, ass man. Pit bull. How many tattoos do you have?
It's one big one now.
It's one big one now, just a whole canvas like a Picasso and shit, or what?
I mean,
and are all these done by yourself, or you have like one person that's done them all?
No, homies that I work with.
Okay.
It's like sharing art, you know?
It's like sharing art.
Yeah.
So like they've done this before, or this is like the only shit that they've done?
No,
before?
It's just like, if you paint and I paint, I'll paint you a picture and you paint me a picture.
Oh, okay, cool. So
you know, like if I rap, I'll shoot you a verse and you shoot me a verse.
So you know? no money in between, just like a barter system.
Typically,
kinda.
That's how it works when you came up around my time of tatting. Like, a lot of my homies, you know, we just blessed each other, or you know, as I was learning, I would go to the expos and they would do a tat on me because they wanted me to show it, get an award. Now that gets them more clients, more money, more, you know, recognition, more all that, you know.
Right.
But I would say hours. I mean, my head alone was about 40 hours. I mean,
how do you maintain that? Is it like a shave every day, bro, or did you get like some kind of surgical procedure for the hair not to come out?
I got beautiful hair.
I'm sure you do, bro. Show that shit.
But nah, bro, you gotta shave it.
You gotta shave it all day, every day.
Yeah, you gotta touch up.
That's a commitment, bro. You're very big on commitments.
Yeah.
Was that something that transpired since you were very little? Like, did that come from your family upbringing? Like, where did you get that from? Like, to kind of commit and go through with a lot of shit, because you can commit to that, and some people just probably won't.
Yeah.
Can't commit to, like, do that shit every day, bro. It's too much, bro. At least for me.
I think commitment is a big word. I mean, it's like if you can have consistency and commit to things, then you're gonna win eventually. And people just try things and quit after 3 months, but if they stuck with it with the 4th month, they might have won. I don't know where it came from, but maybe it came from sports. You know, I always just wanted to be good. When you're good, you have a chance to be great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just be great by not starting off being good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's just about wanting to. It's in you. If you want to be great and good, then you're gonna have to commit, no matter what it is.
And deal with the shit that comes with it.
You're gonna be going up and down like this. You're gonna hit the rock bottom. You gotta climb back up. Like, that's what TFC, the pyramid, was like when I built this, and when I designed it. There's 2 sides of the pyramid. There's, if you could see, there's a side. This side is the escalator, I call it.
Okay.
Right? This is the easy way.
Right.
You might have had family, friends, a dad. He was an actor. He got you in the business. You climbed your way up to the top. This side was the side I grew up on. I didn't have nothing. I didn't know. No one helped me. I had to climb, dig, jump, hang, jump, and then I finally get to the top. But whoever's up here, you got to respect however they got there. They might have got there easy. They might have got there the hard way. But when you're up there, you respect it. And that's what TFC was about. And that's what it's about. It's about hard work paying off.
That was actually one of my questions. I'm really glad you brought that up. I'm glad that you described what TFC is. TFC is not just that, but it's also the label, right?
It's me.
Everything. It's you,
It's
your
my
entity,
umbrella.
your LLC.
It's my LLC.
There you go, man. I love that shit, dude. And it's a great metaphor. Climbing up to get to the top is not easy, and I can resonate with that only because, you know, when I started in radio and I started in like broadcasting or whatever, I started in promotions. I worked my way up, and people made fun of me because I'd be in fucking Palmdale somewhere with a tent, you know, and like 6 people in front of me and trying to give away a T-shirt. Like, all this fool think he gonna be on the radio and shit. And you know, I'm over here interviewing High Tone and shit,
Yeah.
Forever Up podcast.
I mean, now you have,
like, it's different.
you have your thing. You have, it's you.
And I know that there's respect there, because if there wasn't, then first off, you wouldn't be here. People wouldn't want to work with us and shit. You know what I'm saying? So for that, I thank you. And,
all day.
And congratulations to everything you've accomplished so far. Top of the food chain. What's next for TFC? What are some of the next moves that we can expect High Tone to get involved with in the future? I
mean, I definitely want to relaunch the clothing, because that's something that I go to sleep with every day, and it hurts my heart, bro. I did clothing for 10 years. I made these clothes and sold them out the trunk of the tattoo shop I learned at. Like, and when COVID hit, it gave me an excuse to stop it. Oh, store can't be open. I don't need to make shirts.
Oh shit, yeah.
People are barely surviving. They're not gonna buy online. Okay, cool. It's an excuse to stop the brand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but as the world went open again, it ate me up that I didn't relaunch it. But I got tired, bro. 10 years, 11 years of designing it, printing it, folding it, shipping it, shooting it. Like, bro, I can only do so much. And I get to a breaking point at sometimes where I just like, bro, like, I'm gonna lose it again. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't balance your life and your businesses and your relationships and you're gonna break.
A lot of people talk about the importance of having a team. Do you have a team? Do you not have a team to help you out? Is a lot of this shit like done mostly by you?
I think through the years I've had a few pieces of what you would call a team, but it's solely just my team are 1 to 2 people, bro, that I know I could rely on. And the way I live, bro, I don't even like asking for help, bro. So I do it and 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 until I break myself down. And that's something I've had to learn over the years, where don't be afraid to ask, because they're sitting there waiting for you to want them to do something. But I'm such a perfectionist and a weirdo that I know I could do it better than you, so why don't I just do it? But then that puts too much on my plate.
And puts too much pressure on you. Now you're just like stressed out.
It's hard to let things go when it's your baby. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck it, I'll sweep the shop, even though I hired someone to do it. Like, I'll do it because I do it better than you.
Yeah.
And it's not a good way to think all the time, because it could ruin shit.
Yeah, I think it could ruin relationships.
And it'll ruin you.
Yeah, that's
because you just have you only have 24 hours in the day, bro, and 8 of those you should be sleeping.
Out of those 8 hours that you should be sleeping, I think you want to get into another venture. Maybe you want to talk about your LA fruit cart.
Yeah, the weed company.
The weed company. So no fruit. I was hoping mangoes and naranjas and shit.
But it is.
Okay.
Because all we did was we figured out a way. When we go to the cannabis, like the retail stores,
mm-hmm.
you know, your dispensaries.
Right.
What will separate me? Right. So I started thinking.
Okay.
Everyone has a weed company.
Right. Everybody.
Mm-hmm. Right. So then I started thinking, okay, we just came off the Gold Michi, you know, Michelada Cup. We have a very big, you know, Latino, Hispanic fan base for that.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna break into the cannabis industry and kind of piggyback off of that, what would be dope? Like, what goes with it? Fruit, right? And when you start, you know, like paying attention to all the brand names, what is it? Mango this, and you know, crema
kiwi,
that, and kiwi this, and you know, piña this.
This is gonna be what, fresas con crema?
Right? So we're like, fuck it, bro. Let's call it LA Fruit Cart, because it instantly identifies you with the people. Because when you see a fruit cart, you know that's just fire.
Yeah.
You pull up, you're gonna almost crash to go.
How many
get you
times your girl done ask you for fruit,
you know
when you're driving
like,
by?
Baby, pull over. And then you gotta back up and do all the extra, right? So I'm like, it's just marketing, bro.
Right.
It's finding something that everyone's doing and making it way cooler and way more relatable.
Yeah.
So I go, okay, next step, call it LA Fruit Cart. You know, start naming Piña Gold. You know, do all the, you know, the shit. What can I do when I pull up to the dispensary that's different? I'll bring the fruit cart with me. So now when you smoke our weed, you get a free fruit cup.
See, my shit would be LA Taco Cart. I mean, like fucking weed del pastor and shit. Mota de asada and shit. So hell yeah, man.
That's basically what it is, bro. It's just going hand in hand with what we grew up with and finding a way to help you market it and bring it to your business.
Wow.
And so we started just finding fruit carts and putting our logo on all the fruit carts. Hey, bro, how much will make you a thing? So now when people drive by, it's not even weed, but it says our company
your company on it.
And now we're employing way more of these guys, you know, vendors, to do more things. Hey, bro, here, how much you make a day on this corner?
Hell yeah, because what goes better than a nice blunt or a joint than some fruta later, dog?
Bro, there doesn't.
There doesn't. Some mango on the side, bro.
Doesn't, bro.
Fucking tajin.
It doesn't.
Shit.
It doesn't. So it's kind of what we've been doing, bro, is kind of moving our Gold Michi back into the cannabis and then kind of just going back and forth with it.
Okay, cool. So you're still involved with the Gold Michi.
Mm-hmm.
That's still there. And congratulations, because every time I've walked into a store around, I think you might have had it in the Stater Brothers by my house.
Yeah. And
I think I might have seen it at the Ralph's too.
Mm-hmm. Albertsons, Vons, Pavilions, Safeway. I think Stater Brothers we were in.
And I saw it, I'm like, man, this vato right here is fucking, I thought of you. If I mean, there was nothing else I can think of, because I seen it and I was like, this is fucking cool, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, bro.
There's a lot of, how important is having multiple streams of income in this era of, you know, music and this era that we're living in now?
It's important whether you do music or not, you know, because when one starts to fail, this one will pick it up. When this one, and it's a big cycle, it's a big circle. And if you just get a little from here, and here, it makes one big pot eventually. So you don't have to get rich off this one. But if you just get, if it, you know, contributes a little bit, then it becomes one big pot. And that's what people don't really understand, is like, you can put 100% into this and not make nothing, or put 10% into 10 things and make this one big pot.
That's a good way of looking at it, because sometimes people don't see it. I know I don't yet. You know, I'm trying. You know, we doing multiple things here
Yeah.
and stuff, but shit, man, it's hard, dog. Especially, you know, being a new dad. I mean, it's not impossible, but we're doing it. You know, I'm not sitting there with my arms crossed, not doing anything and shit. You know, so
No, I think you're doing amazing, bro.
Thank you, I appreciate it, man.
You know, you're living out of your dream, bro. And there's no rules, there's no manuscript, bro. That everyone has their own version of success. Everyone has their own version of what they want, what their dreams are, and there's no rule book. So if you understand that, then there's no timeline for it, bro. It can take you 20 years to get to where you want to be, and that's fine, because you have a kid and you have this, and you know what I'm saying? You're in a different circumstance than someone else.
Yeah. Sometimes people don't see that. You know what I mean? And it's good for them to open up their mind and kind of see that, and sometimes get out of their own head and shit, bro. You know what I mean? In this music industry, you can get a lot into your own head. Yeah, there was a while you weren't doing music. How long was it? How long did you last without doing music before you got back into it? You were more like into your tattooing,
I think I took off maybe like a good, maybe year and a half.
Yeah, I think it seems about a year and a half.
It broke me, bro, because I know that's the only thing that truly, sad to say, but keeps me alive. You know, it's not even because of the money or the recognition or the fame or this and that. It's that when I'm not expressing myself, I feel like I'm dying, bro.
Fuck.
And I felt that. I've took classes online. I've gotten, into church. I've, studied motivational speakers. I find my way out of my dark times, but I just know what gives me life. And I know that.
And you pursue it.
And it's my music, I don't know what it is about it, because like you said, I can never do a song again, and I can be okay financially, and I can live my life. But I've inspired and I've told this thing to so many people that keep chasing your dream, keep. And when I stop, I feel like I failed my people.
Fuck.
I feel like TFC don't matter no more. If I say, bro, like, I know you can get tired of it and get older and be like, oh, it's just not for me no more. But I've told everyone in this life, bro, that continue chasing your dreams and never give them up. And I feel like music has always been my dream, whether I became Cole, Kendrick, or whoever, or just high tone. And I just feel like when I lose that, I lose my people. I lose what I built for my life. You know what I'm saying? Because my music still drives my sales of everything. My t-shirts, my weed, my cup, like music drives it all.
That's like the seed that keeps on giving, bro. You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing, bro. Congratulations on all your success. You've accomplished so much. What's next for your music? What can we see you performing soon? Can we?
Well, I just sold out the whiskey, right?
The Go-Go whiskey, Whiskey a Go-Go in Hollywood. Well, congratulations, man. Fuck yeah. When are the dates for that?
I already no. It says done. It was on my birthday, May 13th. On the day.
May. Okay, cool.
So I sold that out. I typically just like to do one headline big show a year in LA, because it's hard to. You just get burnt out, bro. People don't have the excitement no more. When you're gonna perform at the Whiskey and then the Observatory and then Pomona, I could see him in 3 months. I don't need to see him today. Yeah. I don't need to go to the Whiskey. I don't. So I just do one LA show a year, and I'm cool with that.
You don't think about performing like outside, like New York?
Oh, I've been on a tour like that. 28 cities, 32 days. Like, I love that, but there's a lot that comes with that, bro.
What are some of the things that come with it that you just you're not very fond of?
You're first off away from your family. You're away from your businesses. You have no control on what's going on all the things that you've built, unless you truly trust those people. The late nights, the drinking, the people don't know what it's like on the road, bro. People don't know what buildings you're in and what hotels you're in and what people come your way, and the hate. You just don't know where you're gonna go. You're in a place of uncertainty the whole time, but it's fun.
Because that's all we see. That's all we see on social media. Like, you go on social media, I'm like, oh shit, high tone living it up in New York and shit, man. He out there fucking living life.
And it's a great experience, but it still comes with a lot of responsibility, bro.
A lot of responsibility.
And temptation and all the above, bro. Like just everything.
The temptation.
Everything. And
what
that doesn't mean
like girls
just
and shit?
women. It means everything, bro. It means drugs. It means women. It means that your sleeping is off. Like, you mentally got to be strong to go on a 30-day tour, bro.
You have to be. A 30-day tour. On that tour, you've probably met like a lot of artists. Are there any new artists hitting your playlist? Anybody that you're listening to? Anybody that you
I'm on some other
with?
vibes, bro. I'm on like the Sacred Souls. I'm on the Rand Jones and the Indications. I don't know if
God,
anyone,
yeah.
I'm on a vibe like that, bro. I mean, I listen to rap and shit, but I'm in a whole nother
different lane right now, different mindset.
I just need vibes, bro.
That's good, man. And I think that's all we need right now in this incredible world. Speaking of vibes, we're going to see what kind of vibe you have. We're going to play a little game before we wrap it up real quick.
All right.
First word that comes to your mind, the first vibe, first word that comes to your mind whenever you see these lovely faces of these famous people. Big shout out to my boy, Chris. Where's this? There's guy. He said this one had to be first.
Really?
Yeah, this one had to be first.
That's funny.
We're going to talk about that. All right, so here we go. Face number 1.
Dumbass.
Hey, fair enough. I think he kind of earned that. What do you feel about the whole Adidas thing, like them dropping him and everything he's kind of been saying lately?
I just think, bro, when you're at that level and you so many people are depending on you, you don't have to. I know freedom of speech and voicing your opinion and being a creator, but you gotta know right from wrong, and you gotta know what this is gonna do, not just to you, but to the people that you really build behind you.
Right.
You're affecting everybody, because not everyone behind you is a billionaire. You are.
Yeah.
And if you lose that, guess what everyone else does? They're affected. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say.
Hey, man, shit. Speak your truth, bro. All right, here goes. Face number 2.
Legendary.
Okay, legendary entrepreneur. I would have taken the 2 words with that and shit, but yeah, this guy's awesome, man. I love Snoop Dogg. How many blunts do you think he smokes a day?
Bro, he can't.
Too many.
Bro. They're not even blunts no more. It's just the air he breathes, bro.
All right, here we go. Face number 3.
Cultural icon.
I like that. Okay, we'll take that. I know, huh?
I know.
This vato right here. Reppin' East LA.
Just know he's a good time, bro. Just know if you're going to kick it with that fool, you're going to have a hell of a night, dog.
All right, let's see what kind of a night you have with this person.
The best. Just the best.
Shout out Steph Leva.
That's it don't get better than someone that's the best.
That's the best. I don't know.
Shit, bro. That
Conejito Malo, what you think about this vato?
That fucking fool is rich as fuck. I think I see he made $40 million in September. Some crate. Like, I'm like, fuck, bro.
Yeah, this guy's out there breaking. Everybody's bumping this shit right now, dog.
It's crazy.
Everybody
bro.
wants to be Latino because of this guy.
That
right
guy
now.
right
Shit's
there,
fucking crazy, bro. Okay, how about Uncle Tacuache right here?
Every barber should be cutting those cuts every week, bro. Look at this guy, bro.
Hell yeah. What kind of tip would you give your barber if he did you like this, man?
Bro, at least $30 tip.
$30 tip.
I mean, just look at the bang, bro, and look at that.
That's like a $70 haircut.
That's
right
hard,
there, right?
bro.
Tip
40
including
plus the 30, that's a good 70.
Hell yeah.
Hey, he's winning, bro. That guy's winning,
This
bro.
fool gets all the bitches, dog. Fuck, all the bitches gonna be on my fucking fierro. All right, man, that'll wrap up this episode of the Forever Up Podcast, episode number 3 with High Tone Valenzuela. Let's give it up, man.
Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate the staff, just everybody, bro. I'm really happy with what you guys are doing, bro.
Thank
and
you.
it was an honor to be on your show.
No,
bro.
brother, it's a blessing to have you on. Definitely an honor. And please come back and visit us whenever you have something else popping off,
100%, bro.
Hell yeah. Let's clap it up for High Tone. Thank you so much for coming by. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. And where can they find you on social media?
At high_tone, HI_TONE. That's it. Simple.
Simple as that, man. We'll see you on the next one. Go ahead and give a like and a comment and a subscribe. Forever a Podcast. We are out.
Yeah, too focused on what I got going on, you know. I ain't got no time, baby. I'm sorry. I ain't never had a silver spoon. Granny house.